Jon Jones became champion in 2011, and since then, he has fought in more championship bouts than non-title fights. His early career showcases an impressive track record, making him a strong contender for the GOAT title.
Will we ever see Jon Jones versus Alex Pereira?
Possibility. I mean, Rogan is pushing me right now to try to make that fight. It's just, guys, Jon Jones is a whole nother. I consider Jon Jones the greatest combat fighter of all time. Jon Jones is the nastiest dude ever in the history. And Jon's got a dark side to him, man. He shoots guns. Jon Jones is a killer.
I don't want to fight dangerous up-and-comers anymore. I want to fight dangerous, established champions. So Tom can have the heavyweight championship. I don't really care about it. That my value doesn't lie in belts anymore. I've created something much bigger. I want Pereira.
Dana White has the opportunity to make the most terrifying, brutal, and high-stakes fight in UFC history: Alex Pereira versus Jon Jones. Both Dana White and the fighters are eager to make it happen, with the official announcement coming soon. Pereira has publicly challenged Jones, calling for a massive showdown between two of the UFC's biggest stars. These legendary fighters currently dominate the two heaviest divisions in the promotion. Since joining the UFC, Pereira has established himself as one of the most dangerous competitors, known for his ferocious left hook. His knockout power makes him a threat to anyone, and he's ready to take on Jones for the UFC Heavyweight title, promising a spectacle that could go down in history.
Se é o Jon Jones, se é o Aspinal, pra mim não importa. Eu já tenho que ir, direto ao assunto, entendeu? Direto pro cinturão. É uma luta boa pra mim lutar, então, vou estar bem preparado pra ele e pra qualquer um. Renovado, chama. As pessoas tentam se promover, querendo me diminuir, falando que vai me nocautear, falando que vai me finalizar, falando que vai me segurar. A diferença dessas pessoas é que eu estou num processo de evolução.
Joe Rogan predicts a brutal matchup between Alex Pereira and Jon Jones, expressing concerns for Pereira. While praising Pereira's striking, Rogan highlights the potential danger due to the size difference and Jones's superior grappling. Jones, a natural heavyweight with elite wrestling, could have a significant advantage over Pereira, who recently moved up from middleweight to light heavyweight.
His height, though, too. It's
crazy.
Like, yeah, it's insane.
Crazy reach, and also just skillful.
Yeah.
His skills are so rock solid in every way, shape, or form. His stand-up, his submissions, he's crazy strong. He's got just an insane mind for fighting.
And would he blow out Pereira, you think, where it's not even a worthwhile?
The problem is the ground. Jon's so much better on the ground, like worlds better, you know, and it takes so long to get really good on the ground.
Rogan predicted that even if Pereira found success in striking exchanges, Jones could still turn the fight around with clinch work, takedowns, or an unexpected knockout. Jones is known for adjusting mid-fight and exploiting weaknesses, making him a dangerous opponent for Pereira. This adaptability is why Rogan, along with many analysts, believes Jones would pose significant challenges for Pereira.
And we've seen Pereira get in trouble with guys on the ground that are nowhere near Jon's level. Nowhere near. Jon dominates everybody. He took down Daniel Cormier. Daniel Cormier is an Olympic wrestler. I mean, he's a phenomenal wrestler. And Jon took him down. And took him down multiple times. It's a different dude, man. This is what we're talking about, like with genetics, right? There's some guys, they're just blessed. And then with Jon, it's blessed and his mind.
Rogan predicted that even if Pereira found success in striking exchanges, Jones could still turn the fight around with clinch work, takedowns, or an unexpected knockout. Jones is known for adjusting mid-fight and exploiting weaknesses, making him a dangerous opponent for Pereira. This adaptability is why Rogan, along with many analysts, believes Jones would pose significant challenges for Pereira.
It's not just, it's his personality, his like ruthless competitiveness. It's like he's not going to fucking lose. He's going to find a way to get you. And he's going to do it clever. He's not trying to take a bunch of punishment and to stand and bang. He's not going to point the center of the octagon. Let's go right here. We'll stand right here. Never going to happen with Jon Jones. You're not getting none of that, son. You're getting knees to the gut. You're getting your knees kicked. You're getting fucking just laced up with elbows where you're head's bleeding. He's going to slowly dismantle you and find a way to submit you.
Former MMA fighter Glover Teixeira surprised fans by stating there's no comparison between the power of Alex Pereira and Jon Jones. He believes Pereira is on a completely different level, particularly in terms of his style and brutality inside the octagon.
Here for a second, you've gotten inside the cage with Jon Jones. How would you compare that power you felt from Jon Jones to the power that you feel from Poatan?
No comparison. There's no comparison. It's like, really, I know Jon Jones is a great fighter, I'm not trained. He's great martial artist as well, just like Alex. You know, he can move, he knows, he studied the guy, but the power is no comparison.
No comparison.
Oh, no way, man. It's like Alex have a different power.
What do you think the chances of Alex Pereira moving up and potentially fighting Jon Jones is? That would be a huge fight.
He was on the jumping scale at 230. He's still lean.
Yeah, but I think Jon Jones would get on top of him.
On the other hand, Jon Jones's athleticism, grappling expertise, and dominance in controlling opponents on the ground present a major challenge for Alex Pereira. Once Jones secures a hold, like gaining top position or a leg, it would be nearly impossible for Pereira to escape. This dynamic makes it clear that the fight would be a brutal and grueling spectacle, likely one of the most intense to witness.
Jon Jones will make Alex look bad.
I mean, there's definitely obviously a possibility that puncher's chance.
It's a fight, but yeah.
Jon Jones is so athletic. As soon as he gets a hold of your leg, now you're dealing with a real black belt. Yeah. And a real athletic black belt's going to get on top of you, and simple get-ups aren't going to work.
I trained with him when he first started, didn't know shit really. And his just gangly body on top of you is just
athletic.
He's very acute to what your body's trying to do, and he's just like a blanket, man. And now how good he is.
Yeah.
He would never even come close to even getting that.
Be a sick fight, though.
Yeah.
While a rivalry with Jones would undoubtedly be exciting, it's unlikely to reach the same level of intensity as Pereira's legendary battles with Israel Adesanya. The two strikers created something truly special with their rivalry spanning 2 sports and 4 incredible fights. However, a potential fight between Jon Jones and Alex Pereira would still be historic, with both men reigning over their respective divisions in Dana White's promotion. Jones defended his heavyweight title in November against the now-retired Stipe Miocic, continuing to tease a future clash with Pereira that would shake the MMA world. In the lead-up to his next fight, Jon Jones made it clear that he would prefer a legacy bout with UFC Light Heavyweight Champion Alex Pereira. This super fight has become one of the most talked-about matchups in the MMA world, though there is another potential challenger standing in the way of this dream matchup, Tom Aspinall. Aspinall, the UFC interim heavyweight champion, has been calling for a fight to unify the heavyweight division with Jones. However, despite his vocal requests, Jones has not publicly shown much interest in facing Aspinall, who is currently one of the top contenders in the heavyweight division. Pereira, who has been making multiple public appearances, was asked about a potential showdown with Jon Jones. He expressed interest, saying there is potential for the fight and that Jon Jones himself has expressed a desire to make it happen. Pereira, in his usual confident manner, stated, "There is an interest, there is potential. Even Jon Jones expressed himself. We want to do it now. It's up to the UFC to make it happen." Jones wasted no time in responding to Pereira's comments, taking to Instagram and sharing a graphic with his quotes, adding a ninja emoji. This sparked a frenzy among MMA fans, many of whom believe that Jones is putting pressure on Dana White to make this fight a reality. Some fans on Instagram voiced concerns, with one stating, "Jon can't skip Aspinall, it would create confusion with the heavyweight belt," while another argued, if he gets past Makhachev, then Pereira deserves whatever match he wants. As it stands, Pereira is scheduled to headline UFC 313 on March 9th, where he will face Russia's Magomed Ankalaev for his 205 belt. This will be the 5th defense of his light heavyweight title. However, should Pereira defeat Ankalaev, There will be limited options for the Brazilian in terms of potential challengers. Pereira has already racked up victories against top contenders such as Jamahal Hill, Jerry Paza, and Khalil Roundtree Jr. in 2024. If Pereira moves up to challenge Jones at heavyweight, it would make history as one of the few instances in UFC history where a fighter holds two UFC belts simultaneously. Only legends like Conor McGregor, Daniel Cormier, Amanda Nunes, and Henry Cejudo have achieved this feat, and Pereira would join this exclusive club if he succeeds. In December, Dana White made a rare guarantee stating that Jon Jones would 100% fight Tom Aspinall this year to unify the UFC heavyweight division. White acknowledged the importance of such a fight, saying, "I think it's probably the biggest fight in heavyweight history, and it's a massive fight in the history of the company, too. It's a big fight." White also hinted that UFC fans should not lose hope for the blockbuster clash between the heavyweight giants. In an interview with Piers Morgan last month, White was enthusiastic about Aspinall's ambition to fight the best, including Jones. He added, "I love that in a young, aggressive, talented heavyweight, that he actually wants to fight the best. The problem in this business is that you have guys who say a lot of things publicly, but behind the curtains don't mean it. You know, I don't really want these fights." UFC President Dana White has also expressed his admiration for Tom Aspinall, praising the rising heavyweight star for his ambition to fight the best in the world, including a potential matchup with Jon Jones. White highlighted how important a victory over Jones would be for Aspinall's career, saying, "Tom Aspinall is not that guy. Tom Aspinall wants to fight all the best in the world, and I love that. He's very good. We're going to find out, though. We made this Jon Jones fight, and obviously a fight like that for a young, talented heavyweight, if he can win and beat Jon Jones, it's life-changing." However, if Pereira defeats Ankalaev at UFC 313, MMA fans are likely to expect Dana White to announce the Brazilian's next fight soon after. Pereira has quickly become one of the biggest stars in White's promotion, and UFC fans are eager for the biggest and best fights to take place in 2025. As one of the most dangerous and well-rounded strikers in the game, Pereira's skill set is a force to be reckoned with. His kickboxing background is world-class, and he spends extensive time sharpening his punches, kicks, and counter-striking. His left hook is especially lethal, making him a terrifying threat in the octagon. Although Jon Jones is renowned for his wrestling, his striking is equally unpredictable. He incorporates creative elbow strikes, oblique kicks, spinning attacks, and a strong jab. His reach and ability to mix strikes with takedowns make him a formidable threat.
You know, Jon Jones was training last night, got injured, he was wrestling, and he tore the tendon that connects your pec to the bone, off the bone. 8 months.
Although Jon Jones is renowned for his wrestling, his striking is equally unpredictable. He incorporates creative elbow strikes, oblique kicks, spinning attacks, and a strong jab. His reach and ability to mix strikes with takedowns make him a formidable threat.
Good. Visualize. Good. Halfway. Here we go, John. Here we go, boys. Keep working. Let's go.
Joe Rogan recently shared his thoughts on the upcoming situation surrounding UFC Light Heavyweight Champion Alex Pereira and his next fight, especially with Magomed Ankalaev being in the mix as the #1 contender. While Ankalaev has long been expected to challenge Pereira, the timing of his potential title shot is in question. Rogan highlighted a key issue. Pereira is targeting a return in March, But Ankalaev, who is fasting for Ramadan, may not be able to compete during that period. Ramadan takes place from February 28 to March 29, which overlaps with Pereira's intended fight date. This means that Ankalaev would not be able to fight in March, as he would have to observe Ramadan, which could affect his preparation for a world title fight. Rogan explained this situation on a recent episode, saying, "He's supposed to be fighting Ankalaev. Ankalaev is very dangerous, and he's the #1 contender. He's been on a long winning streak with only one draw, and that was against Jan Blachowicz, the former champion. So he's at the top of the heap and has been waiting for a title shot for a long time, but he's been talking a lot of smack, and Alex doesn't like that he talks." Rogan pointed out that while Ankalaev has earned his shot, Pereira's reluctance to face him at this time might be influenced by his frustration with Ankalaev's trash talk. Rogan also pointed out that Pereira made it clear that he is not interested in fighting Ankalaev in March due to the timing. Alex just said that he's going to fight in March and that he's not going to fight Ankalaev, because if he's fighting in March, when is Ramadan? Ankalaev wouldn't be able to fight in March. He's got to go through the entire month of Ramadan preparing for a world title fight, and Ramadan ends March 29th. That's exactly during the time period when he's going to fight. This situation could create complications in determining when Ankalaev could get his shot, as Ramadan would undoubtedly affect his preparation for a high-stakes championship fight. Despite Pereira's reluctance to face Ankalaev in March, Ankalaev's manager, Ali Abdelaziz, remains confident that the Russian fighter will eventually receive his light heavyweight title shot. Abdelaziz told MMA Junkie that Ankalaev's moment is coming soon, and he will be ready to challenge Pereira for the belt. While Ankalaev has been vocal about wanting to face Pereira, there are still challenges to overcome in terms of the timing and preparation for both fighters.